Welcome to Richmond TV's Community Focus. I'm your host today, Jason Robbins, and joining me today is Jill Albin, Director of the Richmond Area Chamber of Commerce, to talk about the 2015 Richmond Winter Festival. How are you doing today, Jill?
Good, thank you.
That's good to hear. Now, why don't you tell us what the Winter Festival is?
Well, this will be the 15th year that we've had a winter festival in Richmond, and it's I guess it's a celebration of winter. We're going to have a lot of family activities, and we're slowly, getting more and more community involvement. So it's just a fun weekend, to get out and do something with your family.
Okay. Now, when is the Winter Festival this year?
This year's Winter Festival will be February 6th through the 8th throughout town.
Okay. Now, what events are taking place on that Friday?
On Friday, we always used to have like a gala dinner opening type of thing, and we've kind of revised that the last couple of years. This year, we are going to have an Ackett's all-you-can-eat chicken dinner at St. Peter's Church, and it's going to benefit something called Desert Canines.
Okay.
It's an organization, they are Michigan-based in Auburn Hills, but what they do is they provide protective gear for our war dogs that serve in Afghanistan and countries like that. So we're really excited about that as our kickoff this year.
Okay. Now, when and where are the snowmobile races taking place?
Well, unfortunately, we were told that we won't be having our snowmobile races this year. So,
what happened?
I think it's a combination of staffing and weather issues. They weren't really sure about with Michigan, whether they were going to have adequate snow on which to make more snow. So this year, unfortunately, we're not going to have those.
Okay. Where will the chili cook-off be located?
The chili cook-off is going to be at Ball Equipment.
Okay.
Where it used to be housed when it was Latham. They've agreed to hold that there on Saturday, and that'll be between 11 and 1:30 on Saturday.
Now, how many contestants do you usually have for that?
Well, that's a Parks and Rec event, but I mean they've had 20 to 30 people in the past. I know they're still looking, so if anybody's a really good chili cook, it's a $10 fee to enter, and it's a lot of fun. And then like for $2, you get a plate. You get to go around to all the different vendors, and you get to sample and vote. So it's a nice activity.
Okay. Now, what other events are going to be lined up for Saturday?
On Saturday, we have a lot of things going on. This will be our third year that we've had a craft show. Our craft show will run at the Odd this year, and that'll be on Saturday and Sunday. And we're going to have the chili cook-off, and Doro Art Academy in town is going to be sponsoring 2 splash parties for kids.
Okay.
And that'll be on Saturday as well. I think ages 8 through 12 are going to be from 10 until 11:30 in the morning, and then 13 through 16 will be from 1 to 2:30 in the afternoon. And we're going to have a dog sledding exhibit. They'll be at the Odd on Saturday, and then they'll be at St. Peter's on Sunday. And we may have evening skating if weather participates over at Beebe Street Park. And something new is the First United Methodist Church on Main Street is holding a soup cook-off, and they're going to be doing that in the evening at the church. So they are looking for people that want to put out their best soup and come and have some fun. So that's a fundraiser for them. So that's important.
Okay. Now, is there going to be any theme to the ice sculptures this year?
The theme this year is Rural America. And so the sculptures are going to be agriculture, farm tractor, that type of thing orientated. And we did it a little different.
Okay.
Because the cost of ice has gone up dramatically since we started, doing this. We did our sponsorships a little different, whereby we were allowing our sponsors to contribute towards the ice, but also they're going to get some advertising and things like that. So the ice is going to be centrally located at 32 in Maine. Okay. And what's going to be kind of neat is because we're getting one large sculpture, and she can't do that pre-delivery. There's going to be active carving going on out there all on Friday into the evening as she creates this the one main focal point for our ice sculptures. Okay. So it's a little bit different.
So it's, instead of all the different little sculptures around town, it's just going to be the one big one?
No, there's going to be several. There's going to be several there. It's going to be like it's just they're all going to be concentrated on display at that location. We have a lot of things between the odd and ball equipment and everything. We have a lot of activities there, so really it's a good placement. So.
Okay. Now, will there be any transportation to get around town that weekend?
Yes, we are going to have the smart buses. Richmond Lennox EMS is always very generous with that, so they'll be running on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. Now, who is sponsoring the Winter Festival this year?
Oh, we have a lot of really wonderful sponsors this year, and we're very, very happy. If I could, I'd just like to, it's okay to
go right ahead.
Run through it a little bit. Okay, as always, we thank the City of Richmond, their TIFA, their Tax Increment Finance Authority, as one of our major sponsors, AIS Equipment, Semco Energy, Waste Management, McLaren McComb, McComb Daily and The Voice, Dr. Eric Groenfeld, who's a dentist in town, Laser Market, Shepherd Sales and Service, Henry Ford McComb, Frontier Communications, Growing Smiles, Foster Blue Water Oil and Blue Flame Propane, and then the Sunrise Stores, the BP and the Marathon. American Energy Services, First State Bank, Senior Helpers, Smart Ride is a sponsor this year to help promote, their smart buses. Richmond, New Holland, the Richmond Lions, Pradgo, Gallagher and Slanik, Heinz Chiropractic, our own McDonald's, North Star Bank, Bell River Credit Union, Thomas McGovern, Richmond Rotary, Dr. Julie Chikaraki, and Verlindi Insurance. So we have quite a lineup this year, and we are very thankful.
Now, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just that it's going to be a fun event. Like I say, I encourage people to participate in the chili cook-off and support the First United Methodist Church with their soup, that evening. And like I say, Friday night is something new for us. It's a fundraiser. I think that will be, that'll be a wonderful event. And what I haven't mentioned yet is we have the opportunity for the Ice Fest to have the DIA away. They are going to be coming with their trailer, and they're going to be set up next to Maniachi's at the municipal parking lot. And but that's an educational opportunity for anyone to go in and see. If you can't get down to the DIA in Detroit, you have a chance to experience that. And they're going to be out here the Wednesday before that weekend, so they'll be out here on February the 4th, and they will be open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for people to come in there during the day and see what they're all about. So we're really excited about that. We were real fortunate, to get that.
It's very good.
So.
All right. Thank you, Jill, for joining me today.
Oh, thank you.
The Richmond Winter and Ice Festival will be around town on February 6th through the 8th. For more information, you can go to www.richmondcoc.org. We will be right back. Welcome back to Richmond TV's Community Focus. Joining us today is the new Department of Public Works Director, Jim Goetzinger. How are you doing today, Jim?
Good, Jason. Appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, you're very welcome. Now, what can you tell us about your background?
I'm from the area. I grew up in Armada, and I currently live there with my family. And I graduated with a civil engineering degree from Michigan Tech, and from there I worked a few years for a paving contractor as an area manager, and then from there took a position, civil engineering position, for Tetra Tech, a consultant engineer. And that engineer is currently the consultant engineer for the City of Richmond. So while in that capacity for a little over 6 years, I actually worked directly with the former director on all the capital improvement projects throughout Richmond, and I accepted the position as the new public service director in August of 2014. So.
Okay. Now, what are the responsibilities of the Department of Public Works?
We handle basically all the infrastructure for the city. So the water supply, the sewers, the roads. We manage the facilities. So in the winter we're plowing snow. In the summer we're maintaining the lawn areas. But we do anything that we can do to. work with the city. We replace banners, we trim trees as needed, stuff like that.
Okay. Now, what are the current projects that the DPW is working on?
As far as capital improvement projects, coming up this spring, we're going to be reconstructing Dow Street, the entire length. It's a road replacement project. And then as early as next year, we are planning to completely reconstruct Pound Road, the entire length, so from M19 to the city limits, and that'll be a water main replacement, storm sewer installation, a road replacement project, so that'll be a big project.
Sounds like it. Now, who can the residents contact to report a water main break or a sewer backup?
Anytime a resident or a business owner, anybody in the city has a question or a concern, they should never hesitate to call the DPW. I mean, especially if they think it's DPW related. They can call us by phone if they want to stop in, or email. If they go to the city's website, my email address is on the website, and again, we don't want residents to hesitate if they have. And we get any number of calls. So or people stop in, they have low water pressure, maybe their water's discolored, and we're more than happy to take a look at that. If they hear something as simple as bubbles in their floor drain in their basement, and they're concerned they're going to have a sewer backup, we want them to know they can call us, and by all means, if they think they see a water main break, anything major like a water main break or sewer backup, call somebody. I mean, if it's outside of normal business hours, they should always call the non-emergency for Richmond Dispatch, and they'll call us immediately. But even if it's a crack in a sidewalk it's a big trip hazard, or a tree that maybe went down in a storm, anything, we're here for the residents and for the business owners, and so we want them to know just to call us, and if we're the wrong contact, we'll point them in the right direction, or we'll pass the word on.
Okay. Now, what's the phone number to DPW offices?
Well, the DPW phone number is 727-7575, and the after hours for police is 727-4000.
Okay. Now, if someone has a complaint, how and who can they contact?
Well, I mean, the best person during normal business hours is just to call the DPW number, and it'll be directed to me. And again, if it's a complaint, I mean, they can also email after hours or during normal business hours. But again, if it's emergency, non-medical emergency, they should call dispatch.
Okay. Now, is there a way residents can get emergency alerts?
Yeah, actually, we of course post non-emergencies. We post on the website, and we put advertisements in the paper, but there is a excellent service if you're into technology at all. If you do texting or emailing, there's a service called Notify Me that's on the city's website. It's right on the homepage, and you can sign up to receive emergency, in particular emergency text, but really anything. You can tailor it to your desire, and you'll get texts or emails when things pop up. So if there's a water main break, in most cases that'll be texted out or emailed out to whoever signed up for that service. Now, I'm signed up and I get maybe a text a week, so by no means is it overwhelming. It's a great service, but it also reminds you of the Christmas parade's coming up, or if we're flushing hydrants and you don't want to be washing clothes in case the water gets disturbed, then there'll be a reminder text usually that gets sent out for that, or if it's the last week for yard waste for leaves, stuff like that. So it's an excellent service. I'd recommend people sign up for that. Okay.
Now, how can the residents support the DPW?
At public service, our job is to serve the public. So we, of course, encourage calls, but to function at our best, we really need to work as a team with the city, so with the people. And the first thing is, of course, calling in any concerns or complaints so we can address them before they become a major problem. But there are a few little things. They're very small as far as the residents' effort, but a very significant time effort on our end if we were to do it all our own. And so a good example is like leaf pickup, where if residents, if they stay on top of picking up leaves and bagging them, because that's the city's policy right now, that's a significant time savings on our end because we end up spending a substantial amount of time sweeping the streets and picking up leaves with the equipment we have, and it's not made for that, so it's really tough. Another good example is what we call essentially adopt a catch basin, where in the winter when residents are shoveling their sidewalk and shoveling the sidewalk ramps, if they go and make sure that that catch basin stays free of snow and ice come the spring or any warm up, the water has a place to go. And along the same lines, hydrants, we encourage them also to make sure snow's not piled up around hydrants and that there's access to the road, so if there is an emergency, the fire department can get to that quickly.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, that's about it. Aside from, again, encouraging calls or stop by, my door is always open, or email to let us know if there's anything we can do to help. We want to. Our goal is to have you call us first if you suspect the problem is something we can resolve. That before you have to call a plumber, for example, you call us and we confirm that there's an issue that you have to deal with.
Okay. Now, thank you, Jim, for joining me today.
Thank you.
Now, to get more information, go to www.cityofrichmond.net, and you can also call DPW at 727-7575. And for after hours for non-medical emergencies, you can call 727-4000 to reach the Richmond dispatch. You can view this and any other program, Richmond TV program on Richmond TV's YouTube channel. Just go to www.cityofrichmond.net and click on the departments and go to Richmond TV. You can also view us on Comcast Channel 12, Fridays at 5 p.m. and 9 p.m., Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 7 p.m., and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Thank you for joining us and have a nice day.